Happy Fish Friday, everybody. Today we are celebrating by heading to Red Lobster. Gonna check out Lobster Fest. Got Mama Danno in the back here. Got Gesso. And it is pouring down rain, guys. It is a nasty day, but we're not gonna let that bother us. We're gonna get some, I don't know if we're gonna do lobster.
I don't do lobster.
Jess don't do lobster. She's probably gonna do the shrimp. Mom's probably gonna do the shrimp. I'm feeling a little crabby though.
That's
Very.
not lobster.
What?
That's not lobster.
It's not. So we'll check out Lobster Fest. We'll check out the lobster menu for you. All right, well, we made it to Red Lobster. This looks like a sign here. It's got crab up there. Guys, I gotta tell you, this might not have been the brightest idea. So we left about 3:30, trying to get here early. And we ran into some crazy traffic. At least the rain has let up a little bit. Jess is racing to get under the awning there. So what do you think? Was this a good idea? I mean, at least we're here now.
Now we're here, so sure.
What are you getting?
I'm cold.
It's a little chilly out here.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm warming up.
I'm feeling shrimp and crab. We'll show the Lobster Fest stuff, but I don't know. It's kind of expensive.
Yeah, well,
But,
lobster it usually
Yeah,
is.
it's Fish Friday though,
Yeah.
and we haven't had Fish Friday in a couple weeks. So I was telling everybody about the fish fry we had like a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
It was absolutely terrible. We were like, we should have just went to Red Lobster. So that is what we're doing today. Oh yes, I choose you, sir. Nice and plump. How you feeling about this little excursion?
Oh man, I'm so excited.
What are you getting? Shrimp?
Yeah, well, I'll see what they got.
Yeah.
They got lobster and shrimp, but it depends.
Not really sure. I wonder like if it's like previous Lobster Fest. Usually they have like deals if you get 2 of them. All right, we just got sat down here. Got the Lobster Fest. Lobster's Lover's Dream. Choose 2 for $42.99 or 3 for $53.99. Yeah, it's a little pricey. But I don't know. That will do crab and add a lobster tail or something. I don't know. I am very indecisive right now. This lobster bisque, lobster flatbread, lobster dip. My goodness. This is where the real magic is, guys. The Cheddar Bay biscuits. Nobody does them like Red Lobster. And they brought us a ton of these. Freshly baked and buttery goodness. Oh yes. So Mom elected to get a salad for the side. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this is probably the healthiest thing that's gonna happen here today. Thought I would show the Lobsteritas as they are back in celebration of Lobster Fest. Passion fruit lobsterita, deep sea lobsterita, comes with a lobster necklace. Oh yeah, got the little lobster on the end there, isn't that cute? All right, the food has arrived. Mom got the grilled shrimp skewer and the shrimp linguine on top of some rice there. And Jess got the pick 3 shrimp. Guys, it's $20. I feel like that's the best deal here. You get the pick 3. She chose to get 2 scampi and 1 of Walt's favorite, and those beautiful looking hush puppies right there. That is magical. And I got the same exact thing as Jess. Yes, we opted to get no shrimp, or I'm sorry, no lobster. That's where this was just a better deal. It's $20, plenty of food, and you can add half a pound of crab legs for an extra $11. So this meal for me was like $31. I mean, I feel like that's pretty amazing. And our wonderful waitress just brought us out another healthy portion of biscuits, and they're fresh. They are hot out of the oven. So in order to do what I was talking about with the hush puppies before, you do have to kind of have a scampi sauce or some kind of butter. I was talking about having a lot of butter. What I do, I I just rest it there in the scampi sauce for a little while. Kind of roll it around to get a nice buttery hush puppy. And it is amazing. These are the best hush puppies ever.
What you got
crab
there?
leg there. Oh, yes.
It's hard to like see it. The
Give it a little
lighting's
crack.
really weird.
Pull that just a hair. Should be a nice pull. There we go. Oh, I messed up.
Oh.
Normally I can pull it right
Boo.
out. Fantastic. Good stuff. Hey guys, we are back from Red Lobster. It was delicious.
It was good.
The shrimp is fantastic. The crab legs were a little overcooked, but still good. Our server was amazing. We've actually had her before.
Yeah.
She's really
I think
great.
she was the one we had when we went with Mom and Dad.
Oh, really?
With my mom and dad.
Oh,
when we
and that
went
was
there.
a good time, too.
Yeah.
It's always good there. There are a couple things we did want to talk about. I'll let you talk about it.
What am I talking about?
The QR code thing.
Oh, yeah. So, the manager was walking around and she had these little cards and she said...
I'm not really sure she was a manager.
No, I think she was.
Oh, was she?
And she said that they're rebranding is what the word she used. I don't know.
Digging themselves out of a hole.
At first, I thought that they were just talking about that location, like in general, like that one specific one we went to. But it basically all it was this thing to go on there and like leave your review about Red Lobster or whatever. I guess Red Lobster must not be doing well. So they're trying to get people to leave reviews and stuff to get more people back into the store, I am assuming. I don't know if that's really what it was. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was just going to say that Red Lobster, despite, not around here, but they have been in decline. Like all around the country.
Didn't they file for bankruptcy and then somebody bailed them out?
Well, there's a lot of
something
stores
happened.
that still closed.
Yeah, a lot of stuff closed. And then, I don't know if somebody bailed them or something happened. I'm not really sure the whole logistics about it all. But I know the one that we went to in Florida was like remodeling completely. Like they completely redid their whole store.
And it looked good.
Yeah.
It was... Did we do a video
I
there?
feel like... I don't think we did.
I don't remember.
I feel like a lot of people kind of got like a bad taste in their mouth when COVID hit because they changed a lot of their things during those times where like they were upcharging you for salad and they were,
And they
which is
still are.
So yeah, they still are doing
We'll get
that.
into that here in a second.
And like they didn't have certain things, which I get. Like during that time, I understand because some things were hard to get and people weren't able to get certain things. So I get it. But to continue to do that, I feel like that's probably one of the things. And then I know they were making a big deal about Endless Shrimp being the reason that bankrupted them. And I feel like that is what saves them, honestly. It's Friday night during Lent, and we live in a very Catholic area on the west side of, it's pretty, everywhere.
Yeah.
And that
churches
place
every
was
corner.
not busy at all.
Yeah. It was very strange.
So, I don't know.
And we were, I think I said as we were going in, the traffic was relentless.
Yeah.
The traffic was crazy.
Well, it's rainy, it's Friday night, it was, everybody's getting off of work and school and all those things combined, but...
And it's not what Red Lobster used to be. Like,
Yeah, I feel like you used to go to Red Lobster and there was always a wait.
that's what I meant. Like,
Yeah.
people-wise.
Yeah.
The food was good.
The food, yeah, it's fine. I don't have a problem. And I haven't had a problem with it. We've been going there the whole time.
But, to be fair, too, this is the only Red Lobster we like.
Yeah.
The one you were talking about in Florida, that was okay. I don't feel like the services was as good there as it is at ours.
I feel like we don't have very good luck with Red Lobsters.
Well, okay, so, yeah, if you guys, and I know a couple of our longtime viewers, Barry, will remember our review that we did in
Yeah, the one in
Pigeon
Tennessee
Forge.
was-
Did that one shut down? Because
don't
it
know.
probably should.
I'm not
That
sure.
was
I
trash.
don't like... And look, I get it. Sometimes you can get a bad meal. And it just was an off day. And I understand that. And that's fine. And I'm not going to, write some place off completely. Unless, I don't want to be that like, oh, I had a terrible meal and I'm never gonna go back there, because it's, what is that saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, or whatever the heck it is. I always try to give a couple chances.
Yeah.
We don't have any problem with the service or the food or any of that. It's all fine.
We did in Pigeon Forge.
I just feel like
They were some a-holes.
I'm to still be continuing to upcharge for salad is ridiculous.
That's silly.
Like.
That's silly. Why is that not a side? And if you come in there and just get a salad, I think it's like $6 or $7.
I mean, lettuce is not rare anymore.
Yeah, it's not like iceberg lettuce is gone. It's plentiful again.
And you only get one side now with your Red Lobster meal. You used to get two sides.
Two sides.
Now you used to be one side and a salad. Yeah. Now it's one side. If you want a salad, it's an upcharge. Mm-hmm. I don't get that at all. I don't know. I mean, I could see if you wanted a salad in addition to another side, then be upcharged that way, but I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Also, my mom didn't know, and I think the wording if they're going to continue to do that, they should probably word that a little better.
Yeah, I didn't really look at the menu.
Because she didn't know they had an upcharge for a salad. I didn't say nothing because...
Personally, I feel like the waitress should have said, that's an upcharge, is that okay, if you want a salad. Yeah. Because I don't feel like most people are going into a restaurant, because most places you get a salad as your side, and it's not an upcharge. So I think people just automatically assume, hey, I'm going to get a side salad, because that's what you get with your meal, not thinking I'm going to be charged extra money for it.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you are charging that and somebody's asking that should just automatically be your response as a waiter to say, there's a $3 upcharge for that. Is that okay? That way, then you can decide, oh, wait, no, I don't want a salad, or I didn't see that on the menu, or let me get something else.
To be fair, too, let me say that we've had this waitress a few times. She knows us, and she probably just thought that we already knew.
I'm not knocking her at all. No, I'm just saying.
But you're right. The waitress
that should be the policy.
That should be the first thing. But, our waitress.
The only reason I'm saying that is because there was a couple that was there before, like they were kind of catty cornered to us. And they did not say anything. They had a different waiter, and they didn't, say anything to them about the salad, because when they got their bill, she was like, the salad's extra. So obviously people aren't seeing it if it's on the menu. And I just feel like that should just be something where if you're ordering it and you're upcharging for something that's normally included in your meal, that should just be your policy to say, hey, this is an upcharge, is that okay? Because then, if you don't care, then get the salad. That's great. Pay for the salad. But I don't know. Maybe also, I just feel like
I don't want to keep hating here, but let me say too, I didn't like the whole QR code thing. Like, the manager comes up with a huge spiel, and it's like, I've dealt with advertising my whole life and sales and stuff like that. Like, what I would have done is I would have said, hey, we don't have... she said a lot of stuff.
Well, she said they didn't have cards left.
Yeah.
So I think they normally, but I feel like they normally give you a card to take with you. But the one she gave us was like a plastic laminated one. I guess that they just carry around and you just are supposed to scan your card.
Yeah. Which is fine. If she would have just said, if you'd like to leave us a review, you can scan the QR code, we would appreciate it. And I'd have been like, sure, heck yeah, I'm going to give our waitress an awesome review and everything. But the thing is that she goes on about it saying how Red Lobster's rebranding. Basically, like, she didn't say how
sort of sounded like they were trying to get you a good review to make, And
that's okay in a way.
Yeah,
but it didn't really bother me.
I don't know, it's just weird.
I'm just thinking, like, if I didn't know you guys and I'm coming in here, that would maybe just frustrate me.
I feel like, personally, I said, even after I looked at the card, I said I would have been more inclined to do it if it was a survey asking, how could we have made this experience better for you?
Yeah.
Not, please tell us how awesome we are. I mean, I would have been like, look, stop charging for salads. Stop doing this. Because that's how you're going to make your restaurant better and get people back into your stores.
Right.
By doing things that people already want and know and love. Not, by begging for reviews so that people... Because I'm going to tell you
Wasn't like she was begging.
No, I'm just saying...
But she said a lot, which kind of sounded that way.
I sort of feel like a lot of people nowadays, even me, like when I look at reviews, I'm very skeptical about some people's reviews because I don't know if somebody really wrote that. Did somebody get AI to write that? Is that like a real thing? So I don't go on a restaurant's website and look at reviews and choose based on that because I don't trust reviews anymore. I just
Yeah.
feel like there's so much stuff out there that's not true, and I go by word of mouth. If my friend says, "Hey, you should go to this restaurant because we just ate there and it's amazing," we're gonna try it out because I go by word of mouth.
Sure.
That's
the
just I don't
best
know.
advertising right there.
I don't know. That's what I'm just saying. Like I feel like it should have been more of a survey thing because then. Not saying that I would have bashed them because I love Red Lobster. I love their food.
We wouldn't keep going back if we didn't.
This is something that could probably help you.
Yeah.
Stop doing this. Doing this, or whatever. Because that's what. If you are truly looking to make your business better, you want constructive criticism, not just praise all the time, because that's not going to help and that's not going to change anything.
I mean, kind of, I wouldn't say a perfect example, but it's one that I've talked about in videos before here, is Frisch's. Frisch's, for the longest time, I feel like they were on their way out forever. And, what?
Sorry, I just saw that bird. He was like staring at us.
Yeah, we got birds at a bird feeder, yeah. They're
We have an audience.
White and black ones. They're beautiful, but they're like, they're little tiny guys.
Little babies.
Yeah. But just about Frisch's, I'll keep it quick here. There were so many different things, so many different ways that there was so much rumors going around. And then when a rumor goes around, you almost feel like that rumor starts from the top of that company, right? They want it to spread. And then as it spreads, we find out that some of our friends are getting fired from the restaurants. And it's like, at the same time, it's like, is Red Lobster on its way out? So many stores have closed. A lot of them talk about rebranding and restyling, and that could be. Now, I feel like Red Lobster's bigger known than Frisch's, but not in Cincinnati.
I feel like Red Lobster probably does very well along like the coastlines.
Yeah, probably.
And that sounds silly too because you would think that you could probably get way better, fresher fish and shrimp and stuff like on the coastline than Red Lobster.
No.
But I feel like those ones probably don't suffer as much as here.
Yeah.
And I do feel like sometimes that's why the crab legs aren't as fresh and like the lobster tails aren't as good and things like that because they're traveling further and they're sitting longer than being,
Well, I'll tell you one thing that another waiter who we know pretty well at this Red Lobster, he was telling us one time, he said that we didn't have to worry about our restaurant, that they were perfectly fine. Remember that?
Well, that was during that one time when they were doing all the cuts and stuff.
Yeah, and closing all the stores. But they said that because there's two of them. There's two of them pretty close to each other. Now, we just go to the one that we go to because we know most of everybody. And, they're really nice. Never had any problem with the service. Never a problem with the food. Okay? Not like some other Red Lobsters like Pigeon Forge. Don't ever go to that one in Pigeon Forge. That was trash. Absolute trash. I don't think I named that video Red Lobster. I think it was something else. It's one of our older videos.
Move along.
Anyway, yeah, guys. Sorry. No, nothing bad about the service or the food at Red Lobster. It was a great time with Mom, and Jess. We just kind of wanted to give you a couple little hints of things that are going on, and so that when you go. Also, I don't know
if all of them are doing that.
Right.
That could just be something that's why I thought that they were talking about they were rebranding that specific location, not Red Lobster as a whole.
Right. I feel like the Lobster Fest stuff is a little overpriced. Mm-hmm. I feel like the lobster thing, and I think
you can almost get all of that stuff a la carte for cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I felt
get a meal and then add on a lobster tail or add on, it just seems, I don't know.
Ours were the best deal.
Yeah.
Like, you got 3 different shrimps, which they give you, I think with the scampi, I think it's 7, right? Per one. Mm-hmm. So you get 7 big pieces of scampi, but we each got 14 because that was 2 of them. And then we got the wall shrimp. I was stuffed. And I'll tell you what, even after the crab legs, I was like, woo. I was getting pretty full. Mom had the linguine, which will really stuff you. But I feel like the $20 for that $20, that is the perfect meal.
Yeah.
I didn't need the crab legs. I was just,
No.
I was wanting crab legs.
Yeah.
But even adding that on, that was only $11. So it was like, for that, I still saved $20 from what I would have paid for 2 lobsters and a side. And I'd have still been hungry.
Yeah.
Because lobster doesn't really fill you up. Shrimp doesn't really fill you up either. I mean,
It's just enough to where you don't, like, you feel full, but you don't feel like, oh,
Yeah.
I ate so much food.
yeah. Great trip to Red Lobster. Let us know down in the comments. Have you experienced this? Is your Red Lobster
Yeah, is
dealing
yours
with the
good?
same stuff?
How is your Red Lobster doing?
Yeah, because I mean, we'd like to know. We love Red Lobster. We are like the traveling Red Lobsters.
I mean, we go
on
we go to
vacation.
this one pretty frequently, but I mean, every time we go, there's never a wait. It doesn't matter what time of day we
No,
go.
it's
There's
not
never a
crowded.
wait. It's
Yeah.
never like slammed or anything like that.
And seeing it tonight, I was kind of like,
Yeah.
it's Lent and you're not crowded at all.
No,
Like,
super weird. And we were there, like we did get there early, but we were there until probably 5:30.
5:30, yeah,
and
and there
that's
was
normal
nobody in line. It
dinner.
was-
Yeah, so
And
I
the
don't
whole
know.
area that's usually filled by the bar, that was
Yeah, all of that was
wide
empty.
open.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that ain't good. But I can tell you one thing: it's not because of the service, and it's not because of the
No,
food.
I just think
it's something else. Maybe
Either people aren't realizing that Red Lobster's still there,
Still around.
like people think Red Lobster's closed and don't think
maybe.
about it.
See, yeah.
So-
you were just talking about that
Yeah.
because
The one we go to the one in Springdale, if you're familiar with this area.
Yeah,
It kind of sits like in behind like a bunch
yeah.
of
It's
stuff.
like behind a shell.
So if you're not like looking for it, you can totally miss it
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's on like a little side street.
I would have missed it today if Jessica, because we went a
Yeah.
different way because the highway was ridiculous. But I would have missed.
But you're passing all kinds of other restaurants like on the main street
Yeah.
before you turn to that. So I can see if people don't know. I mean, obviously if you live around here, you know there's Red Lobster there.
Mm-hmm.
But like I could see how people could just be completely oblivious that it's there because it isn't very noticeable until you turn down that street.
Right. Hold on. Whoa.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Oh, that pollen.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to us rant on a little bit about this. Just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Our great experience, but at the same time, again, what's happening with Red Lobster. You know, we don't want to see happen with Red Lobster with what happened to Frisch's. Our big boys are gone.
Yeah.
And I've never wanted a big boy more.
I just
it's a
want a
shame.
hot fudge cake.
A hot fudge cake. You know, the things that were Frisch's were known for. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. With all that being said, we are out. And always remember, the adventure
Is out there.